Hello Aquarius, we are here to do your reading for mid-month for September. Those of you who are new are very warm welcome. I'm in a different position at the moment. The internet tends to work better here, you know. Okay, now I've pulled the cards ahead of time. If you are wanting a booking, the link is below. Later I will have the join button, but that's when I've got all my videos kind of sorted. But stay tuned for that one. Now, I've pulled a crystal and also a chakra for the overall energy connected to your romantic love life. Now, you don't have to be with this individual. It's somebody directly you are tuning into. It can be their energy or yours. It's overall energy, and I have pulled that of the external. Now, I am seeing an influence here. It does make sense because we do currently have Mercury in Libra, and we have Venus in Leo. Now, Leo is heart activation, and you do have watermelon tumbleline. So at the moment, there can be clearing up things directly linking to the past. You also have your chakra card, which is heart chakra. And again, with the Virgo aspects we had last month, moving into this month, it is really linking to our health. And his sixth house placement is very much linking to health. Now, anything connected to family, there was a bit of a purge going on back then. It can be your emotions, your feelings, external vibrations, that of which has held us back from going on the higher path in which we're meant to. And it's not to say family does that. It can be belief systems and conditioning. So you have watermelon tumbleline. It is in the reverse, which means it would be really healthy at the moment. It's either you haven't healed from a situation and you're trying to sort it out in the connection. Even if you're not with this person, you are trying to heal the broken heart or feel connected to being able to love and trust. So both the crystal and the chakra is in reverse, and it's linking to the same energy. So there can be a broken heart or something that you're healing. It can be a trigger point that's coming up by mid-month. And it can be something that you've been working on since August and even from May, because we had your health house links to Cancer. So it's been this lingering energy, and it's really come to a seismic head for you guys to move forward. Now, your crowning energy is moving on. It's something that you're unable to move away from. This could be a person that is a very spiritual connection, but it doesn't mean to say that you're with the person. Okay, so let me explain. This wound could be very separate to this individual, or could be linking in a trigger point back to the scenario. Their crowning energy is love. And again, the energies can swap, but we'll get into the read and see what's coming up. So there are some patterns coming up mid-month for you guys relating to, okay, do I jump? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I connect in with it? Is it going to be safe moving forward? So when you're looking at the past, there is this fear of commitment. Now, that's either on your side or their side, but you're reflecting back to where you are right now. And a lot of you are wanting forward movement in your connections, marriages, contracts, partnerships, and you're wondering if that's ever going to come about. Is the balance going to come about? Are you going to receive justice in this situation? It feels like it's really overriding your mind, and you're thinking about it quite a bit, trying to sum it up. And a lot of times when we do have the Leo energy, it is third eye and heart chakra. So if you find you're thinking on the situation, trying to psychologically come to terms with it, it does make sense, because we did have the full moon in Pisces. So it was quite distorted as we moved into the month for particular individuals that were going through that. You do have 12th house activation, which has been a tough 2.5 year transit. But it can be a very spiritual house in which you can do the meditation on the area. You can understand maybe why things happen. It's your hidden resources. It can be the dark closet as well of, you know, the house of imprisonment. It's like where you're really cooped up in your mind to do with whose role was what and what those paradigms are, because it's Capricorn in nature. Whatever this is, it can be that this is a very intoxicating relationship. It may be a scenario has got a little bit out of control, and you're wanting to create that balance. And until you can see something shift in the connection, you're really not tempted to, you know, go move further. So it's like a pause in a situation to take stock. And this could be mentally what you're doing, and it directly manifests the way in which it plays out. No sooner do you actually do the heart chakra clearing, you've tuned into all aspects and facets of the situation. The door's directly open, but it's about getting into alignment of that situation. I also see some monetary situations. Now, money can be value. It can be the person's self-esteem, your self-esteem, the energy of, and again, you did have Pisces in the second house. So, yes, self-esteem, your resources, their resources. We've also been looking at, okay, how can we merge these scenarios and come to a common ground? And again, if you're in a soulmate twin flame connection, you don't have to be with them. You can be looking at mentally what that's going to mean if the both of you bridge and what would need to change. And a lot of times when we're doing that spiritual understanding of what's going on, it's sort of space is held till we can come to terms with it. When we're in acceptance of where things stand, what the necessities would need to be of transformation and change, and then we look at our side and we can work on those areas and we leave the other side of what they need to do. It may be an intent statement or just directly the vibration. You find things move into alignment. But Aquarius, you guys are going through a very heart chakra activated energy. So you may find that there could be this, some of you may be experiencing a frequency of nervousness. It could be very disconnected temporarily. To actually protect yourself. But I do feel you guys have taken a direct stand. Some of you, you're looking at the situation in which maybe this person is in, and you're trying to assess the psychology surrounding it. You do feel great love for this individual, and you do see the bigger picture could be amazing, but you're also tuning into the 3D nature of things, what at a tactile level needs to change. Now, they may have some commitments on the other side that they haven't ended yet. And a sense of responsibility. So this can be children, it can be finances, but it's like they're in awareness of what they're wanting and where they're going, but they also have a financial dynamic and a belief system as well in which they feel love should look like. So even if you're not getting any movement, the way they're coming through, it could be that it's a masculine or a feminine, the way they're viewing it, they're taking direct alignment and accountability because they have this ideal of what is supposed to be in a connection. It feels, even if they haven't exhibited very traditional notions, I do feel they know that both finances and consistency are deeply important. So the things that they're transforming, I do feel are to do with themselves and what's happening on their side of the fence. I feel you guys really flowing forward, but there's kind of a backward motion going. You may be thinking all they're thinking about is finances. But there appears to be a need for that. So at the moment, either you or them could be making a direct sacrifice in the situation in order to turn this situation around, and really having to look at the bigger picture of what you need, you know, not selling yourself short. What can each individual get out of the situation? But there could be paperwork relating to this. Now, for you, the outcome at the moment where it stands, you may hear something through the grapevine that can trigger all of this. But you do need to get it directly from the horse's mouth. That's what I'm hearing. I'm also saying, let me check. Let me look at your chart. Look, you have Leo in the 7th house. So it can be a very positive time for you. It can be blasts from the past coming back. 9 times out of 10 when you have the energy in there, what you're doing is actually moving into a very brand new beginning. And again, Venus is heart, it's heart-orientated energy. Some of you might be very suspicious that this is so, but you can have a lot of romantic offers coming through. But I do feel you have a set criteria, very Saturn-orientated energy of what it should look like. Go into your heart-centered energy because it's got to match head and heart and the direct vibration. You know, do both of your energies align? Is it what you're wanting out of situations? Even you to a T, your demeanor may be changing, the way in which you're dressing might be changing. Your home as well. Your home and your health had been really highlighted. That should start loosening up as the weeks progress. But there can be very much an orientation to do with shared resources. You know, what directly are you bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the table? And where is this directly going? You will find at a social level, things will start moving and a lot of your hopes and dreams and aspirations are going to come up, but you do need to be very mindful not to get stuck in your head because, you know, the mind and the actions need to be in alignment. So if you are tuning into the bigger picture of this connection, I also feel very strict energy that you're just moving forward. I almost feel like you're not going to know that this is coming, because it's sort of this energy like you're very focused on self. You may have ascension symptoms and things pulling you back and lingering meditation, but ultimately speaking, I feel you're very focused. Could come across as being strict in a sense of, you know, how you want it to be. But that's not wrong. It's, again, I feel you're just not going to see this coming. It's almost like the person turns up and you're like, heck, I'd actually given up on that. I don't know where you come from. That's sort of the energy of what's coming through, because you sort of got over a very old pattern and you're finding certain things very unattractive. So it is because the resonance of who you are has transformed, and what you're needing out of a connection is a more solid foundation. However, with your heart chakra, please clear that energy. Another synchronistic message that was coming through, let me check. Yes. To do with your movement. You could be very sharp towards this individual. They may take it personal. Again, because you have Mars in the third, with your communication, I just feel, you know, if you have not been inclined to be very, right, this is how I see something, healthy boundaries doesn't have to be aggressive in nature. It can be actually, you know, if your throat chakra is going, you're getting a bit of croakiness. Again, obviously seek medical. This is more from a holistic spiritual point of view. You do tend to find if you feel you haven't spoken your truth, I do feel you'll have an opportunity to, and it'll be pretty harsh. You can be gentle in it. Just check if it's an expectation or a statement, because, you know, it could create war wounds. Be cautious with your communication. I do feel frustration there, but you're going to be, I feel most of you will be very loving, very firm on what your needs are. You're making a statement to this individual. So I do feel many of you will be getting communication. And if you're in this connection, you're going to be having communication. Also, you know, if you're leaving a situation either on your side or their side, I do feel that's coming up. Now, if it's already started prior to Mars retrograde, great. If you are starting that process now, we have Mars retrograde for 11 weeks. It's better to go in it very fluid. You know, who's ever starting that process, if it is aggressive in nature, it won't bode well. So, you know, with this love interest, I do feel potentially either they're tying up a loose end connected to a past tense relationship, or you are. And that can even be mentally meditating upon a past. Love and light. If you're wanting a private booking, the link is below. Otherwise, I'll see you for the lives for the twin flame videos.